Good morning and welcome to the further portion of grammar section tenses. Okay, in the previous class we have observed or we have studied the meaning of tense. That is tense mainly related with time. And of course, tense it has been derived from Latin word tempus means time. So on the basis of action actually on the basis of the action of the time we have three forms of tenses, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. Okay, that is let me continue the next portion in tenses, that is past tense. And once again in the previous class already we have studied present tense and different forms of present tense like simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous, and also with the that is with first person, second person, third person, what will be the condition of verb whenever we have subject first person, second person, third person. Okay, so in the past tense what will be the meaning of what is the meaning of past tense, and also the position of verb when subject it is first person, second person, third person. Okay, past tense means a verb that refers to past time, that is mainly past tense, the action of the time. If it is in past period then it is mainly called past tense. For example, I wrote, they wrote, I read, I sang, I went, they went, they sang, etc. Okay, when we come to the singular number, plural number, and also the position of verb in first person, second person, third person. So here please remember, subject maybe it is first person singular, that is I, or first person plural, that is we, or second person singular plural, that is you, or third person singular, he or she or it, or third person plural, they. So subject whatever it is, either first person, second person, third person, at the singular or plural, but work it is mainly worked. So we have to add ed in most of the condition. For the most of the verb we have to add ed to convert present tense into past tense. So not every time. For example, write, wrote. In the same way, sing, sang, read, read, come, came. But most of the time for verb we have to add ed to change that verb into past tense. Okay, next part, that is the different forms of past tense: simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Okay, in a simple past, I sang, as already we have observed in simple present, subject and verb. Here also in simple past, subject and verb. Subject is I, so verb it is sing, sing. Its past tense is sang, sing, sang, sung. Third form is sung. Okay, in past continuous, I was. So that is in continuous, we have to add be form. Since the sentence it is a past tense, so we have to use was. Suppose subject it is we instead of I or they, then we have to use were. We were, they were, you were. But suppose the subject it is I or he or she or it, then I was, he was, it was. Even sometimes I were, it is also used. So okay, in here past continuous, I was singing, that is in past period only. The action of singing, the action it was in progress, but it was in past period, past tense. Next, past perfect, I had sung, that is in past tense only, past period only. The action of singing had started and in past only it had completed, so I had sung. So and one more thing here, whenever we use in a sentence have, has, had, verb to be converted into third form. For example, write first form, wrote second form, written third form. In the same way, sing, sang, sung. But here work, when we have verb as when we have work as verb, work, worked, third form also worked, but here sung. So please remember, whenever in a sentence we have helping verb or auxiliary have, had, has, then verb to be in its third form, sung, sing present tense, sang past tense, sung it is third form. So past and past perfect continuous. Here the action, it was started in the past, for a few minutes it it completed, and still it was for a few minutes it had continued. So I had been singing in past period only, for that past period only the action of singing, it was going on, so I had been singing. Once again here, even though had, in this sentence even though we have used auxiliary had, but since we have used been it is be form. So whenever we use be form, either is, was, are, were, am, been, in that condition verb it takes ing. So sing, singing. Okay, next one is future tense. So the action which is going to take place in future period, future time, that mainly called future tense. For example, I shall write. And one more important thing here, in future tense, to indicate future tense, we usually use shall or will with subject. Okay, again here when we take the first person, second person, third person with a singular number and plural number. Okay, with the first person I, so I, it is first person singular, I shall work. We, first person plural, we shall work. In second person you will work, you will work. And third person with he, she, it, he will work, she will work, it will work. And with third person plural, they will work. And actually grammatically, with whenever subject we have, whenever I or we as a subject, in that condition usually, that is grammatically, we have to use shall, I shall, we shall. But and with second person and third person singular plural, we have to use will. But that is grammatically, that is the condition. But in spoken language we use will. Most of the time we use will, I will, we will, you will. That is in spoken English, okay, that is correct. But grammatically, when we have subject I or we have to use shall. Otherwise, that is with you, he, they, it, she, we have to use will. Okay, next simple future, that is different forms of future tense. Once again here we have simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Okay, in simple future, I shall sing. I, it is subject, shall, it is actually it is mainly called auxiliary, modal auxiliary, but here it indicates future tense. So I shall sing. And one more thing, the verb, whether the subject it is I, he, you, but verb sing. Actually in present tense with he sings, she sings, it sings. And in past tense, he sang, she sang, it sang. But in future tense, sing, the main basic word verb sing. Okay, I shall sing. Future continuous, I shall be. So be form, which one is used? Be only. I shall be singing. So with ing, we have added ing. And next future perfect, I shall have. So with perfect we have to use have. I shall have sung. And future perfect continuous, I shall have been. I shall have been singing. So next, different uses of a present tense. So in this we are going to study different uses of different tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. But let me start with the present tense. And even in present tense, the different uses of simple present tense, different uses of present continuous, present perfect continuous. So first let me start with the simple present tense and its different uses. Okay, first one is mainly to express a habitual action. Here habitual action, action which occurs very often, action which occurs very regularly. So to that one we do call habitual action. So simple present tense is used to express a habitual action, a regular action. For example, he goes to church every Sunday. It is his routine. It is his regular action. It is his habitual action. So, going to church every Sunday he used to go. So, because of that, it has become, it is his habit. It occurs very often, regular occurrence, regular action. So, to indicate that one we have to use a simple present tense. In the same way, I get up every day at 6 o'clock. She drinks tea every morning. And second use, to express general permanent truth or fact or universal truth. To express general truth, permanent truths, facts or universal truth. Here general, permanent or universal truth means truth, fact that we cannot change, that cannot be changed. So all those are called universal, permanent or general truth. So to indicate or to express those facts, truths which are general, permanent, which are universal, we have to use once again simple present tense. For example, the sun rises in the east. So that we cannot change. It is a permanent truth. It is a universal truth that we cannot change. The sun rises in the east. The sun sets in the west. In the same way, honey is sweet and water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So these sentences, these facts, these truths, they are the permanent one. They are the universal truth. We cannot change. So to indicate all these things, we have to use present, simple present tense. Okay, the next portion to be covered in the next class. Okay, thank you, take care.